Principles, I have so much to share with you, but my most recent book is called Teach Your Team to Fish. And I like to put things in categories. And the way Jesus worked with his team is the first thing he did was he excited them. Think fire. He said, I have come to bring what? Fire. He excited them. He turned work into cause. He said, follow me and I will make you what? Fishers of men. In other words, whatever you're doing, we're going to transform so that it is something beyond even your wildest imaginings. That excited people. These were not the idle rich sitting around in Saint-Tropez, saying, oh, let's see what that Jesus fellow is up to today. These were working class people who were willing to follow him because he said, you know what, we're going to be up to something big. So the first principle of leading like Jesus, I believe, is excitement. You've got to get people excited about the big picture. Now the second principle, and this is where it kind of gets a little difficult, and that is, next, you ground them. The first thing you do is you paint the picture. He painted a picture of heaven that was a banquet, of people ruling with him, of all of these incredible things that were going to happen. And then immediately, boom, he grounded them. He said, if you follow me, this is what it's going to cost. Everything. People are going to spit at you. People are going to call you names. You might have your family disrupted. You're not even going to have a stone to lay your head on. This is what it's going to cost you. And many people at that point fell away. You are working with your team. You have got to ground them with the worst possible thing that can happen. Why? Because Jesus said, when I tell you this so that when it happens, you will what? You will not fall away. So many people lead with the benefits. Hey, join our team, this, rah, rah, rah. And then the first time something happens that doesn't look like the plan, people panic and bolt. I don't know who the fighter was, but I think it was George Foreman who says, yeah, everybody has a strategy for winning until they get hit. The first time they get hit, the strategies fall away. So to be a leader like Jesus, the most important thing, the second most important thing, once you get them excited, think fire, then you've got to ground them, think earth. The word Adam means from earth. So you've got to give them the fire, and then you've got to give them the earth. Now the third thing that Jesus did with his team was he transformed them. Think water. He said, I am living water. I love the element of water. I've just been enjoying it out here because it changes things. When it hits dirt, it turns it into mud and things grow. If it doesn't hit dirt, it turns into hard-baked clay. Nothing grows. So Jesus was all about transformation. When you're a leader, the question is, are you transforming the people? Or are you just a revolving door where they come and they go and you never know are they any different as a result of being with you? Now, the good news is that transformation does not have to take a lifetime. It can, but it can also happen in the twinkling of an eye. I like the scripture that says you will be changed in the twinkling of an eye. And I also think that the eye is not only E-Y-E, but it's eye, the twinkling of an eye. You start out on the road being a Christian killer. There's a twinkling of an eye. And then you end up being one of the greatest evangelists of all time, encouraging and nurturing, brooding over the Christians like a hen, wanting them to grow. That's transformation. Transformation can happen in a twinkling of an eye, and one of the ways to do it is to elevate the dialogue. To elevate the dialogue. When you look at how Jesus changed people, and I have always been fascinated by this because, again, he only had 3 years. When he encountered them, he focused on them. One of the principles I talk about in Jesus CEO is, I love the scripture where it says, and he beheld him. The word beheld, or behold, to be in the moment and hold that person in your direct line of focus and to let them know that there is nothing more important at this moment than that purpose, than that person in your life. That's focus. to behold. So he meets a woman at the watering hole, and she's getting water, and he says, he starts talking to her, just a casual conversation, and he elevates the dialogue a little bit. And he says, you know, if you really knew who you were talking to, you would know that you could draw from me and you'd never have to be thirsty again. So what was he doing? He's exciting her about, what is this about? Then he starts to ground her a little bit. Now, go and get your husband. And she's, that's a trick. I don't have a husband. He knew that she was not exactly in alignment with her highest self.